Hi, my name is Ayazuddin, and I have made this video for all people who are student going to school, colleges, universities, or students who are pursuing private education. This video is for them who are still a student. I wanted to create this video so that the people who are student awakens to the broader thought process of education system and being educated. This is very important for you. If you know what you are doing in your life, that is well and good. But if you don't know what you're doing in your life and who you are doing it for, this becomes a problem for you. This is an important thing that you must think. If you are going to school or high school, it is important to know what subject you are studying. And if you are in college, you must know what specialization you are opting for. Or if you are doing masters, it is even important for you to know what is the meaning of having a master's degree. Thinking about all of this has made me realize that we make uninformed decisions in our life, because as a talent acquisition professional who has spent a decade of life in assessing people, searching for people, managing human resources in the United States and India, I have realized this fact that people who have studied in colleges and universities have spent a lot of their years, close to 2 decades of their life, in studying something, investing money, spending time, 9 hours a day, more than that, in completing their education. And then, when it comes to finding a job they would like to do in their life, they make poor choices, poor decisions, uninformed decisions, leading to unfulfilling career and life. The parents think more on what's happening in the school, in the college, but what's happening in their career or in their mind, they don't pay attention. This is a very important point I wanted to highlight and mention, that a person who has invested 18 years to 20 years or more than 20 years in educating oneself by investing time and money earned by their parents, and when it comes to job, they accept any job they have been offered for 10,000, 20,000, or 15,000 INR rupees, or whatever rupees been offered in whichever country you want. You make these decisions so swiftly without thinking about where this career will take you, whether this is relevant to your education. Because the thing about education is, if you do not utilize, the most important thing is you need to realize whether you are really educated, or you have just used the uh, reading and writing skills in getting education and not getting educated. You did not really understood what is being taught to you. You have just read it and wrote it in the exam and you got passing numbers. It will not really help you out in any way in your life. This is the greatest realization one has to go through if they are really willing to make something out of their education. If you speak to people about how their education have helped them in their job or career, they will come back and say that it has not helped. Majority of the people will say it has not helped them in any way. It's because they have studied something and they have taken a job doing something else, which is again a mismatch. And when you have a mismatch in your job and your education, that is where the suffering starts. That is where unlikeliness starts in your jobs, wherever you go, whichever company you opt for. This is really important to understand what you want to do in your life. And this is also important at the age when your senses and consciousness is rising. The problem with us is we want to get everything so early that we don't have time to think consciously about what they want to do. And when the consciousness arrives, they are already in the shit, doing things that they don't like and living the life they did not expect they would experience. So everything has a root cause. So I feel the root cause of all the problems in people's life is education and job, what they have studied versus what they are doing. This is the biggest problem everywhere in every country. People invest thousands of rupees, thousands of dollars on education, getting into debts, securing loans, and then they invest the same money they should get in repaying the money for the money they have gotten for getting education. So this time for an individual is really important. You came out of your college, you went to a job, you performed a job, you are now paying the debt of your education for the next 5 years. And then imagine the time is running really fast. You have crossed your 30s or 35s, and then still, if you're not getting what you have studied, what you're doing is different, you are suffering because your education system is totally a blunder, a certificate that you will not use or not be used for anything but to showcase as a portrait in your showcase. So it is really important to know what subject you are going to study. Not all the subjects you will be perfect, and it is totally fine. And if you, this is also a very important point I wanted to talk about here is there is no need for you to go for higher studies. If you are set with your mind what type of job do you like, you need to have a minimum education and go find a job which interests you, and then have a practical experience which will eventually give you a growth. A lot of us does not even focus, they don't even focus on whether or not they want to do business or they want to do employment. So everything what is happening right now is going through a matrix. Your parents are sending you to schools because they want to get rid of you. They don't want you in the house for 9 hours from the morning till evening, so that they have a peaceful sleep or whatever things you say. And then after schooling, what happens is they will try to send you to some other uh, things to learn. They don't bother about what you are doing in your school, whether or not are you really getting education what they are paying for. And after schooling, you go to high school, you get into all the things. The same thing happens and you do graduation. When you complete your graduation, either you go for a job or you continue your further studies. In this as well, what happens is you will not get clearance about what to study, what job to do. If you have clarity about this thing, then only it becomes easier and your life is going on the right track. But what happened is our life is so customized that you don't have anything of your own. That is where I want to have emphasis on, that you should have your own decisions. You should listen to your heart, you should listen to your intuition, and you should explore yourself. Now, a lot of people come and say that we don't have control because we are in so and so problem, we cannot pay you, pay the university, the type of thing that I want to do cost me more, so I have to sacrifice and do blah 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 blah. All of those things are really a bullshit reasoning that is been bought and sold for so many years. But in 2021, I want all the people who are investing in education should know how much they should invest and when they should stop and start exploring life and career at the reality, at the practicality level. Otherwise, whatever you have invested in education, if you have not materialized it, not utilized it at the optimum level, you have wasted your important time, which you could have invested in learning real things, practical things without having to go for the paper. You have invested money, you have invested time, you went into that, and now you don't have anything for your own self that can pay you to run your life smoothly the way you want it. So the problem starts with your education system. Our education system teaches only what they want to teach, not what you want to get taught. That is the problem. You need to fix that problem and then be a self-learner. How many of us gets educated out of the college and beyond? Do we study any book? Do we analyze any concept, theory? No. We are book leechers. We are bookworms. We just want to read what our teachers or lecturers or professor tells us to read. But beyond that, we don't have excitement, creativity, drive to know more, be more, and do more. That is the problem. That means we are producing clowns that have repeated some words, not understood what that means. That means they can be utilized for anything the people in power and authority can utilize for. That is why we don't have any understanding of our education system, job ecosystem, as well as career ecosystem. The root cause problem of everything is education. If education is clearly given to a human at the level where he is able to make conscious decisions in the life and choose between what he wants, what other wants him to do, this is a perfect education which will definitely give light and power to any students who is going to a university within any country to decide about what they want to do and how much they want to study, what they want to master in their life. Otherwise, whatever things we are doing in your life will eventually collapse. You will not use anything that you have read in your school, high school, college, university. You will not utilize a single thing. You will use your papers as a certificate that you have completed this. In reality, you will not know anything which is in the book, anything that you have remembered. And when you go to a job with this thing, you will not get what you want in your life. That is how our experience get totally disrupted, and then that is why we suffer a lot in our lives, because we don't make informed decisions. We don't want to really get education, but we want to get into educational schools and universities to get certificates that certifies us that we have completed graduation, undergraduation, or post graduation. Not really the meaning into the books, what really those are, what can we do with those things, and how we can progress in our lives. Nobody teaches us. This is a real problem that we need to solve in 2021. If we are able to solve this problem, we are able to solve many of the problems afterwards. If you are able to provide the right education to the people, and this responsibility comes to individuals as well as to the education system. If what they are teaching is the right knowledge, and if what somebody wants to pursue is the right thing and the right decision for the people, the world will be a better place for all of us, in a way that we are experiencing a greater life, greater experience, and greater thoughts for ourselves. If it is not, we are, instead of creating, we are destructing humans. We are disrupting potential people that could have great futures, brighter mind, creative minds coming out of different countries. We have done it this way that entire energy of a student until he comes out of college or universities is exhausted in paying the debts, paying the loans that they have taken for getting educated. What I believe personally is in 2021, we should make education free for everyone. That whoever wants to become whoever, we should allow them to study at free, so that the people come out creative, knowledgeable, experts, and brilliant minds, so that we are encouraging innovation, we are encouraging creativity, and we are encouraging excellence. This is where the real education happens. But if we are just teaching from the book and just letting these people go, not knowing why they have studied what they have chosen, this is really mess up situation we need to solve today with our education system and the people's psychology towards education. That they only have to read what is being taught in the school. That means they are acting not more than like a clown, which is being given some letters to read, pronounce, and write, which he is able to, not more than that, not lesser than that. This is really important. Now, thinking about how to make a better career choice is to understand what they like, what their heart tells, what is the intuition within that tells them this is something I would like to do in the life and this is what I should pursue. If you are able to understand this, find a mentor. Mentors are all over on LinkedIn, Facebook, and there are private networks that provides mentors. It is important. A human life to a greater excellence cannot be rich until they have someone already rich that place and destiny so that they can guide you. This is really important. But the people today do not want to really invest in themselves but want to invest something which does not give them back anything, not even a single penny. That is their education that they are paying for the papers they want from them. So this is not the right thing. So it is important to invest in right thing that really gives you education, that makes you move from one person that you were yesterday to another person you will be tomorrow and in the future. So finding a mentor, understanding the subject, what is really important, what you would like to do is really important. This is important because a child that is inspired and have creativity within get lost growing up because of the decisions that their parents have made or he or she have themselves made in unconsciousness wherein they were making decisions uninformed. So this is really a bad situation, and when realization happens, you will not trust me. When realization happens, you are already running out of time. You already have commitments that is coming to your way. You already have life that needs your attention. So it is important to be educated in the subject you want. You need to pay attention and get into the things that you want in your life without having to waste your time and energy in the things which will eventually be of no use to you for anything but to showcase as a honorary certificate to anyone. This is really important. Education is really a light that guides and governs people towards excellence, towards creativity and innovation. But if you are educating on something that you have no interest, your heart and intuition doesn't guide you towards it, you are wasting your time, you are wasting your parents' money, your life, and the age which will not return it to you. So think about it when selecting job, when getting education. It is important to find relevancy between what you have studied and what you are doing. You have invested thousands and lakhs of rupees in studying something and you have accepted a beginner level job which is not even relevant, which is not even paying you what you should get paid. So this is really bad situation for anyone. Remember, after completing your education or whenever you feel your education is completed, it is important to find a career counselor or a mentor that can guide you in starting your career at the beginner level so that you are doing what you should be doing. If you're doing what you should be doing, you will make the rest of the things really good, great, and better for yourself. If you are putting your bricks really well, then you don't need to look out the rest of the bricks that is getting placed because eventually it will create a house and a home for you to live in. But if you are not conscious about what brick you are putting in your house, where you are putting it, then eventually you will have a house which is open to everyone, which is of no use, and it's not straight. It's going up and down. It's totally broken down. Remember, education is your guiding light. Education will take you far, far to the places where you wouldn't have imagined. So these are the important things I wanted to discuss with you all during this time when we have started during 2021 in January. Today is 14th of January. So maybe whoever is watching this video should take some notes out of this thing, some inputs out of this thing, so that what is the value and importance of having education, how we should be educated, and what is the limit of education, and when you should start working, in what field we should start working, Without knowledge, you are not going to make this decision. If you are making it, you are putting yourself at risk and in trouble that will lead your life into darkness, having issues in your life. If you have liked this video, please like, share and comment. Or if you have any questions, do comment in the comment box. Thank you so much.